Yo, what's going on YouTube? Hope you guys are having a great day today, and I'm sure all of you guys are excited to try out the FIFA 15 demo. And as always, I'm going to give you guys my input on how I feel about the demo. Lots of pros. I don't know about how many cons I went through, but I'll go through everything from the gameplay to Ultimate Team to the menus. Obviously, you guys see right here, I'm just choosing teams, trying to see who to pick. I haven't played with everyone yet. I've only played with Liverpool, and now this is, I think, my second or third game with Chelsea. And one thing that I'm kind of bothered by, guys, is the menus, to be honest, right here. This, I don't really like this. Maybe it's just going to take a little bit of time to get adjusted to, but when I go to team management and I'm trying to pick formations, it just seems a little bit clunky. I like the old one where it just had the list and it was easy to pick. This one, I don't know. I guess I'll get used to it eventually, but I'm not a big fan of it. Now, one thing I don't think I went over, I may have, but that little tab up there where it says instructions, that is something I like quite a bit because it's going to integrate as well into Ultimate Team, which I will talk about, and it helps with, I guess, work rates. You know, it really helps with work rates because you can dictate what you want to do with your left back, your right back, with your center back. So that's going to be awesome, I think, for Ultimate Team as well as head-to-head. Now, the one thing is, the gameplay felt a lot quicker, and I'm not sure if that's just because it's the demo or if it's going to be the actual gameplay speed when the game comes out. And this is head-to-head, mind you. This is not Ultimate Team, and it felt a lot quicker. Let me know what you guys think. It may be because the passing is a little bit snappier, but I'll get into that in just a bit. Let's go back to the menus here. As you guys can see, I'm just playing around with the instructions, seeing what it is. You can make your left back attack. You can make him sit back when you're attacking, or you can just have it balanced, which is what I prefer. I prefer my left back and right back to be kind of in the middle of the field, not too far pushed up, not too far pushed back. I just like, that's what I like my left back and right back to do. Obviously, other people will have other options now, especially on Ultimate Team. So those high attacking work rates on the left back and right back, maybe this will help out. Now, obviously, nothing has changed about the pre-game menu. You know, you got a little bit of a skill game here. And right away, I noticed when I was doing this is dribbling felt a little bit better, a little bit quicker. Turning felt a little bit easier. But then again, this is Diego Costa. So I think last year he wasn't that great of a dribbler well, I only use him on Ultimate Team. I don't remember using Atletico on head-to-head. So anyways, kind of a funny sequence to start off the game. First 2 minutes, Torres is going to snatch the ball right away and finish it one-on-one with Mr. Joe Hart. So we get ourselves up on the scoreboard in the first 2 minutes. Great way to start off the demo, let me tell you. But, you know, not even going to mention that right now. We're just going to talk about more of the gameplay and what I noticed. So the first thing that actually, I shouldn't say the first thing because this came later on after I started to talk to a couple people. The game does feel a lot quicker, and I mentioned this earlier. I don't know if this is how it's going to stay, and I don't know if I like it that it's quicker, but passing is just so much more snappier. Right there, I went for an over-the-top through ball just to see kind of if it was toned down a little bit, and it does feel toned down, but again, that was with Diego Costa, so don't really know. But again, right there, just the string of passes felt so smooth, and we get away from the defenders and an easy finish one-on-one with the keeper. That's another thing I noticed is that when you're one-on-one with the keeper, it feels a lot easier to finish. And let me know if you guys notice the same thing. Now, I don't know what the difficulty is. That could play a big role in my impressions of the AI. So that's a huge, huge factor. I don't know what the difficulty is. I'm assuming it's just on regular or normal or whatever it may be. I don't think it's on legendary or world class or anything like that. But I assume the keepers are going to be much better one-on-one than in this demo. And I assume that the gameplay is going to be far less as fast as this. I mean, this feels much, much quicker than FIFA 14 did. But again, I don't know if I like this or I hate it. Let me know what you guys think. Now, the over-the-top through ball is still there. Is it as bad? Definitely not. I definitely feel like it's toned down a little bit. But the game overall feels a little less clunky. You know, just overall a little less clunky. Players feel to move a little bit better. And the presentation right off the bat was great. You know, the presentation of the game is incredible. It's probably the best looking FIFA I've ever seen in terms of how it actually looks and how it actually sounds and how it actually is just presented. It's just, they did a great job. Right here, I went to try to do the Ronaldo chop, and that's a new skill move from Hazard. great finish right there. Just trying new skill moves, seeing what's in the game. Actually, I didn't know it was going to be a new skill move. I tried to do the Ronaldo chop, which is like left on the, or like, you know, diagonal, down and diagonal on the right stick twice, and he ended up doing that little move. So that was kind of cool. Kind of cool to see a new skill move that actually worked, completely shook off the defender there. But I'm losing track. What was I saying? What was I saying? The crispness or the smoothness of the game definitely feels way better, but that's to be expected, guys. I mean, don't forget they've had an X year now. They're getting their things together, as they say. They're getting their mojo together for this next gen, and I'm sure FIFA 16 is going to be even better than this, but it definitely feels like they've cleaned up a lot of animations. They're calling fouls now, off-the-ball fouls. Usually when you bumped into another player off the ball, it never was called. Now it's called, so that's probably got to be with the amount of power the new next-gen consoles have that's able to almost the first header that I've witnessed there for FIFA 15. But yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just glad that they're taking advantage of the power that's available to them. I want to talk about some things that kind of worry me a little bit. The first thing is the keepers. They're not as good as they said in the presentation in E3. They definitely feel a lot worse. Now, again, it is the demo, so it's probably not the final build of the game, obviously, and I'm sure it's way better in the final game than the demo. But it just feels like they're a step backwards than last year. So I was a little bit disappointed in that. They're not that great. Another thing is I'm not sure I'm not sure how much abuse the park the bus tactic is going to get, because that just seems like it's going to cause for a lot of boring gameplay. I'm sure a lot of people are going to score once, especially those people who are really, really competitive and hate losing. They're going to score once and they're just going to sit and park the bus. Now, is there ways to combat that? I'm not sure yet. For one, I haven't played against another human. Everything's been against an AI. And two, I don't know if you can just pass the ball around and and try to break down their defense. I'm not sure. It could be a possibility. Like I said, I won't really know until I actually get to play against another human to see if I can exploit some holes there. But the park the bus feature definitely is something that might cause problems for me. I want to go back to talking about pros here. You know, when you hit LB and A to send your man on a run, it definitely feels a lot better now. There was points on FIFA 14 where if you hit LB and A, your pass would just not be on target, if you know what I mean. It would not be accurate. You would hit it and the ball would go nowhere near the player that you want to. This time around, I do it and it goes exactly where I want it to go. So no complaints whatsoever there. Gameplay, pretty solid. Presentation, amazing. That's probably got to be the best thing about it. The presentation is absolutely phenomenal. Gameplay, like I said, it looks promising so far for a demo. Keep in mind, I'm making sure that people know that I'm only talking about the demo. I'm not criticizing the game and killing it right off the bat because I know it's a demo, so I'm sure things will be improved. Now, Ultimate Team, I went ahead in that feature and tested it out a little bit. Obviously, a lot of it is the same, but again, that one thing that may be a huge game changer is the ability to change the work rates, essentially, of your player with the tactical screen. And I don't know if that saves. If it saves, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be almost like being able to choose your work rates permanently for some of your players, especially, like I said, I feel like the left back and right back are two positions where are very important to me, at least. When I play the game, I use my left back and right back a whole lot. They're probably one of the most important players on my teams. So when they push up too much or they're not pushing up enough, you know, I'm glad that you're able to adjust that. Other than that, guys, I really want to hear your feedback. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played it. I want to hear your feedback, what you like, what you don't like, what you think they need to improve on, and do you think FIFA 15 is going to be promising this year? Is it a year that we'll finally be able to have some fun, enjoy the game, and not be dealing with just exploited gameplay? For example, you know, over-the-top through balls over and over again. Crossing, I don't mind as much, but, man, the over-the-top lobbed balls were just... oh, they were killer on FIFA 14. It was just the only way people would attack. And I definitely want to see finesse shots improved. I tried one with Hazard there. It did go in, so it seems a little bit better. We'll see if they nerf it like they did last year. But so far, very promising. I'm excited for it. Stay tuned for this channel. I'm sure the web app will be out. We'll do some trading. You'll see how I start off Ultimate Team and early access. Hopefully you guys will be able to see me start off my team and see what we got going on. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. If you enjoyed, go ahead and give it a like. And as always, if you guys want to see FIFA 15 content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I mean, what else you gonna do? Deuces.